The driver of a school bus who torched the vehicle to protest Mediterranean migrant deaths claimed on Friday he acted after hearing the voices of drowned children urging him on, media reports said. Insisting again that he did not want to hurt anyone, the 47-year-old of Senegalese origin reportedly told investigators, "I heard the voices of the children in the sea who were telling me do something spectacular for us without hurting the children." Earlier Friday, other reports quoted Sy saying he planned to use his young passengers as human shields and escape to Africa. "I wanted to get to the runway at Milan's Linate Airport using the children as human shields and from there head to Africa by plane," Corriere della Sera daily quoted Ousseynou Sy as telling investigators. Sy on Wednesday hijacked a bus while taking 12 to 13-year-olds from a gym to school in Crema, east of Milan. Armed with 2 petrol canisters and a cigarette lighter, he threatened the youngsters, took their telephones and told the adults to tie them up with electric cable. Their 40-minute ordeal ended when police managed to smash windows open and get those on board out just as Sy set fire to the vehicle. He now faces having his Italian citizenship, obtained through marriage in 2004, revoked. According to the Corriere della Sera, Sy has told investigators he hates white people for having invaded and colonized Africa, forcing Africans to emigrate and die in the Mediterranean. Africa Rise Up. Alberto Nobile, head of Milan's counter-terrorism police, said Sy had posted a video on YouTube with the message, "Africa, Rise Up." Media reports quoted him as saying he had no regrets as it was something I had to do and would do again, 100 times. Why did I do it? To send a signal to Africa. He reportedly told investigators that Italy's impounding Tuesday of migrant rescue ship Mare off the Italian island of Lampedusa with 48 people aboard had been a tipping point for him. Quoting 3 students on the bus, Messaggero Daily reported Sy had first attempted a hijack on Monday, 2 days earlier. He tried to change the route but a teacher intervened and said, "What are you doing? Stick to the right route." That day, the trio said, Sy appeared very nervous, shouting insults at one child. The government, in the shape of Deputy Prime Minister Luigi Di Maio and far-right Interior Minister Matteo Salvini, say Rome could now revoke Sy's passport. The debate has become increasingly heated in a country where Salvini's tough anti-immigration stance is popular with conservatives. In February last year, Italy was similarly rocked when far-right militant Luca Traini fired on a dozen African migrants in the central town of Macerata, injuring 6. The attack was an apparent response to the killing of a young Italian woman, allegedly by a Nigerian drug dealer. Brenton Tarrant, accused of last week's Christchurch massacre in New Zealand, had scrawled Traini's name on one of his weapons. Anti-mafia state prosecutor Caffiero de Raho warned La Stampa Daily the time had come to tone down the rhetoric, citing the danger of people further feeding on existing extremism and racial hatred. Get the latest election news, live updates and election schedule for Lok Sabha elections 2019 on ndtv.com/elections. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter and Instagram for updates from each of the 543 parliamentary seats for the 2019 Indian general elections.